Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. We got a very promising Warlock deck drafted in the last video following a 7-win Druid run, so I'm really excited to keep this going. Hopefully we're not going to end at 1 in 3. Been playing some more World of Warcraft lately. Got my Hunter up to level 32. Very exciting times. Definitely would recommend Hunter to anyone starting the game new because I played a mage for a little bit with my girlfriend and it was really frustrating having to wait 3 seconds to cast any of my spells. Just took way too long to kill things. It's kind of cool though, you get Pyroblast right away. You know, a lot of my opinions of the game are sort of backwards because I played Hearthstone first and World of Warcraft second. So it's like, wow, Pyroblast should be like a big thing, not something I get at level 10. And I was also really weirded out when I got to Stranglethorn, and the tigers and the crocolisks are the same level. It's like, no, a river crocolisk needs to be way smaller than a Stranglethorn tiger, and a Stranglethorn tiger should be hiding because it should have stealth, and it didn't. So you know, it's interesting just to see the things that Blizzard clearly changed from World of Warcraft to Hearthstone in the name of making Hearthstone a balanced game. They definitely didn't get a free pass just by copying stuff from World of Warcraft. Lots of changes had to be made for Hearthstone to work. Anyway, let's go ahead and shoot off that rocket. Pew! And then see if we can get a spark to catch. Come on, Sparky, Sparky. They're right over here! Oh, well, I guess that catches it. That's good, that's good. But the sparks are flying right over that fuse. I mean, honestly, you'd think they would catch. Pew! This is really nice. This is a very zen way to get around people who are unbearably slow. Okay, so we have the Narjan Squire, which is interesting. I think I am actually going to play the Voidwalker here instead of the Novice Engineer, because although the Novice Engineer uses more mana, Voidwalker is better on the board. Oh, finally. Now, the bombs do catch if the other thing catch. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's see if he's got a removal for the Voidwalker.
You like my invention?
He doesn't. He has a Novice Engineer of his own. So if I'd played the Novice Engineer last turn, this turn I could life tap and play the Voidwalker. Ah, Mortal Coil. Very nice. So, I think it behooves me to use the Mortal Coil first in case I draw something that's better to play than the Novice Engineer. I didn't, so we will play the Novice Engineer. Voidwalker was really exceptional here, preventing my organ from dying to these 1/1s, and also allowing me to get some damage on. Pretty good stuff. Got the Zombie Chow a little bit later than I would have liked. But still, it could be useful next turn if I left tab Zombie Chow, perhaps. He still has his coin, so he could Holy Nova next turn. However, this drew me a card. I already killed an Narjan Squire, so I'm up a card, and then this wouldn't die to Holy Nova, so I'd actually be pretty okay with it if he played Holy Nova there. What I'd be less okay with is if he just coined right now for something like Ascension. That would be much more annoying to deal with. 3-4 damage doesn't quite do it. I'd have to 2-for-1 with the Infiltrator and the Dark Bomb. Fish! Fishy, fishy, fish. Fishy, fish. I'm actually not begrudging him for thinking. It seems like he does have a complex turn here. With the coin, with this board, I can see how it'd be a bit of a difficult choice what to do. Okay, he decides to go for the 4-drop, and it is a Twilight Drake, which I can see why he was thinking about that, because if he'd waited more, it might have, you know, gotten smaller. We got 2 Zombie Chows here, which is nice. Well, let's life tap before we do anything. Well, hang on. So I could play both Zombie Chows, Dark Bomb, Infiltrator, and the Engineer just to get rid of this. Could I find something better with life tap? Ah, I forgot if I have any owls in here. I don't think I do. So if I life tap, either I play both Zombie Chows and just let the Voidwalker stand in the way of this Drake. But then I can deal more damage to him, but then I also give him 10 health, so it's not necessarily that good. Or I could just not life tap, play these both, and kill that. Why don't I just kill this thing? I mean, I am sort of 3-for-1ing, but the Engineer gave me a card. He did use the coin. I do have board presence. And I have some more removal here. Some more removal here, so I can keep the board presence going, hopefully. And I'm a warlock with full health, so I can life tap to catch up on cards. Now, even with that 3-for-1, I mean, it's 6 to 5. I mean, it's not even that bad. I'm ahead on the board, and he's used his coin, so I feel like that was the right play. I'll stand by that play. I'd make it again, regardless of how this game goes. I say I would stand by that play, and I would make it again if I had to go back. Okay, so now he's thinking some more. No coin anymore. He seems to have a bit of a weak hand, because this is really not an impressive play. What I have to decide is who's the Stormsuck Commando gonna shoot, because the greedy thing to do would be to kill Mr. Bitey with one zombie chow, hit the mechanic with the other zombie chow, and Stormpike Commando the mechanic. And then all of his creatures die, and none of mine do. But then all of mine die to Holy Nova. So I'm going to take a less greedy approach. Oh, it's only each enemy death rattle minion? I guess this would be too strong if it were your own. So what I'm going to do is take a less greedy tack. I will use the Voidwalker to kill this. I'll shoot that and use a zombie chow to kill it. Now at least I get to keep one creature in case of Holy Nova, rather than 0, which is a big difference sometimes. Of course, I would rather he didn't have Holy Nova altogether, but you can't always have everything. Aquitus is our erudite opponent. Actually, I don't think Aquitus is a person. There's Aquinas. I don't know who Aquitus is. That could be Aquitaz. Acquit, as in exit. I don't really know. I don't want to see Sludge Belcher, and I don't want to see Spectral Knight. Sludge Belcher, I guess, would at least let me buff this thing. But it'd be annoying because the Commando wouldn't quite kill the Sludge Belcher. If he doesn't have any 5-drop at all, if his best play is a 4-drop, I'm probably going to be in really good shape here. I can't think of what he would do with 4 mana that would really concern me. Oh my god, that's good. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well that was actually not too bad, because I did get to keep the Commando, which lets me kill off the Matter Bomber. And then it's a 2-for-1 because he did kill a Zombie Chow with it, but that's okay. I'm just going to life tap and be happy. Don't know why he's still sitting there thinking, because there's nothing for him to do, except read what my hero ability does, I guess. Soulfire is not the play, so we'll life tap here, see what we get. Silver Hand Knight would have been good at the start of the turn, now I'm a mana shy of playing it. I'm going to play the Exorcist. I think it would be very silly to just pass and wait for that to get bigger, because for all I know he's not even going to play any more Death Rattles. So I'm going to life tap and play the Silver Hand Knight next turn, probably, unless he plays a really big 6-drop here, then I would have to Siphon Soul it. Oh man, that Matter Bomber. Always good for the opponent, always terrible for me. That's just how that card works. You can actually hide this screw by clicking on it with the dust. Did you know that? Map experts? Look, it's like it's not there. Oh, and then it's there. It's a magic screw. Magic. If you believe. Anyway, he's got 6 cards to my 5. I'm still okay on cards. And then life tap this will get me up another card because this is 2 cards in 1. So let's see what he's got. I mean, a big card here would stop me from life tapping and playing Silver Hand Knight. So then he could kind of stay ahead here by doing that. If he plays a big card and I Siphon Soul, and then he plays another big card after that, then I'm out of answers. Okay, I gave this guy a pass for thinking real hard on the 3rd turn with that coin, Twilight Drake play, but you're not getting past anymore. Now you're just... This video has been going on for 10 minutes. We're not even done with the game. Come on, buddy. Pick up the pace. Salted Dog. Okay, this I could actually consider soul firing. Unfortunately, I cannot life tap and Silver Hand Knight and soul fire, which means that soul firing would require me to actually throw away a good card here. Either an Ogre or a Siphon Soul. I guess I could play the Ogre. Aha, this is the move. So I'm going to play the Ogre, and I'm just going to take a 50-50 coin flip. That Siphon Soul throws away my Silver Hand Knight. Eek. There it goes. So now, of course, I'm at risk of Shadow Word Death. Had I played the Silver Hand Knight, I wouldn't have been at risk for that. But I feel like it's okay, because if he Shadow Word Deaths, he has 4 mana left over. Seems to be lacking for good plays. He played just a 5-drop on turn 6, and it wasn't even a good 5-drop. He plays a good 7-drop like a War Golem or something. I've got the Siphon Soul at the ready, plus I can life tap. So I'm feeling pretty good here, but I guess a Shadow or Death plus like something like Ascension would be really irritating because I can't get past Ascension with my creatures, but I wouldn't want to Siphon Soul Ascension either. It could get bad. I would say that this game is still anyone's, but I maybe have a slight edge. In that if he doesn't have very good stuff, he's going to quickly fall behind. Note that he's at 27 health thanks to Mr. Chow, so it's not likely that I'm going to be thinking about burning him out anytime soon. Blah! Oh my god, this guy is so slow. So incredibly slow. Oh, he has a Silverhand Knight. Alright, anything else? Fairy Dragon. Okay, well here I think I'm just going to clear his board. No need for anything fancy. Arcane Golem, I don't want to play that against a Priest until pretty much turn 9 because of Mind Control. So let's life tap, see what else we got. Ascension, lovely. Okay, so we're going to play this Ascension. Kill that there. Kill that there. That there. Safe against Holy Nova because this is a convenient 3 health. He doesn't have Shadow or Death, or we would have definitely used it that turn. So now I have 5 cards to 5. I'm going to be at 6. I can still life tap freely. Got Siphon Soul here, that's like an extra life tap, and I got an Antique Heal button here, which is like 4 extra life taps. I can pretty much life tap until my deck is done. And I'm ahead on the board, so now I'd say that I have a very confident lead. Whereas the previous turn it was like, well, maybe he'll do something good. But now, if he had anything good, he would have already used it, so he doesn't have anything good. My advantage is actually bigger now than it was last turn, so I'm feeling very, very good. It's just this game's not going to be done until like the next video is over. I'm going to have to like end the video here, quickly fire up the recorder, and then finish this game midway through the next video. It's like, alright, well now that that 1.5 hour ordeal is done, Light Bomb, pretty good card. Kills off 2 of my creatures. And I guess he doesn't have anything else, so you got a 2-for-1, but it's okay because I life tap. I could play the Arcane Golem because at this point, oh, never mind that. Here goes a Floating Watcher. And Enhancer Meccano is very interesting. So let's see if he has any more removal. I don't think he has Shadow or Death because he would have used it. He can't Mind Control yet because I restrained myself from playing the Golem. Next turn, if these things are both alive and I can play the Golem and Enhancer Meccano, he could be in a world o' hurt. Like, if this thing gets Wind Fury and then I actually play these 2 things, then I still have enough mana left over to life tap. I'd be hitting him for 16 with just this. I could actually kill him. Oh, he's got something. Silence. Well, that's alright. So this takes me up a card. It's still a 4/4. It's got a 6/6. Okay, so we gotta decide whether to Siphon Soul this thing or to go for the Arcane Golem and Hanso play. Let's see here. I could actually play this, panda it, replay it. That's 8 mana, so then I wouldn't have enough left over for the Enhanso. So let's say I play this, play the Enhanso. If they get Taunt, that sucks. Divine Shield, though, is good because then I could kill this without having to use Siphon Soul. And Wind Fury, a couple of Wind Furies would be good because, like, if I don't have any Wind Fury at all, this is 8/11 damage. So if 2 of them get Wind Fury, like these 2, it's another 8, so it doesn't actually kill him, unfortunately, because of the silence. So I could just Siphon Soul this thing, honestly, and then, you know, play Arcane Golem. And then next turn I could actually play Panda. I could attack with Arcane Golem, play Panda, replay Arcane Golem, it's 5 mana. I would have enough left for the Enhanso. I think this is actually the move. So wait, always draw cards first. No, wait. No, I'm not drawing cards. I'm playing Arcane Golem. Right. So we're going to do this, this. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm pretty confident that he doesn't have a Holy Nova. Pretty sure he would have used it by now if he had it. So let's just hit him. And I think we're threatening lethal here with the Panda, Arcane, and then Enhanso trick, assuming anything gets Wind Fury. Let's see, because we have 8, 11, plus 4 after the Panda is 15. He heals himself up to 17, so I would need a single instance of Wind Fury to finish the job. Yeah, he heals up a little bit. He doesn't have any removal. Perfect. Alright, well, let's see what we get. If I get Divine Shields, I can kill his stuff. If I get Wind Fury, I could kill him. I mean, there's a variety of options. So let's hit. Panda. Replay. And go for the Enhanso. What do we get? Alright. He got taunted. He got Divine Shield. He got Wind Fury. So this is 8, 12. That's enough to kill. I guess I only needed 1 Wind Fury there to get the job done. So the job has been done. Well played. Very happy with the choice of Enhanso over the Blood Knight, for sure. Because Blood Knight would have just been a 3/3 for 3. The Divine Shields, of course, came from the Enhanso Mechano, so it's not like I was going to have those shields for the Blood Knight. Well, that only took 16 completely unnecessary minutes, and we win. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm above 12,000 gold. Woo! If this is a bad run, of course, I'll fall behind. I have to get at least 75 gold to stay above 12,000. Well, you know, 35 gold if you count the daily quest. I'm just 8,000 gold away from my target of 20,000. I need something like 29,000 more dust to complete Goblins versus Gnomes, which is a little bit disheartening, because that's pretty much what I needed to complete the original set for, from the moment that I started counting it anyway. Alright, do you keep the Senjin? You know, I'm going to keep the Senjin. That's just such a good turn 4 drop. I just want to keep it, make sure I have it. And yeah, I could have mulliganed this stuff to try to get another 1 or 2 drop, but it's okay. I'll suffer along with the fact that this is not a good 2 drop, and just hope that the Senjin on turn 4 catches me up. Oh god, it's Leopard. No. Well, 2 Mortal Coils in the deck. Would have had many more chances of drawing them had I mulliganed more stuff. Don't find one. No point coining out this wolf, I don't think. We'll just deal with it as it comes. Man, this Leopard Gnome is good against the Panther, too. It's getting ugly already. Alright, got the 1/1 there. Let's see. Do I just play the wolf? Do I use the coin? I could play the Zombie Chow. The Zombie Chow is actually bigger than the wolf, so even though it costs less, it's the one I want to play. And I could coin for the wolf, but I don't think that makes any sense. I'd rather just coin for the Senjin next turn, which would shut everything down, barring Lava Burst or Crackle, or Lucky Crackle, for that matter. Oh my god, Abusive Sergeant. One of those cards that's always good for the opponent, never for me. So this 1/1 totem was very lucky for him, as was the having of the Abusive Sergeant. So he's up a card. However, you know, it's not over yet. Gonna coin into... Well, Void Caller would be an ultimate bluff, because I don't have any demons, but he might be afraid to kill it. Nah, let's just play Senjin. Save the damage. So he needs 1 more damage compared to what he has here to be able to kill this thing. I got a little bit of health coming up. I wonder if this is an aggro shaman deck or just a regular shaman deck that got a lucky opening draw. We're about to find out, I think. Okay, he's hesitating. That's good. Spider tank. Alright, that's excellent. So I will get to, you know, start to clean some of this crap up. Okay, so after I kill the Leopard Gnome, the Spider Tank will kill the Senjin and live to tell about it. So what I could do is play the Wolf and kill the Spider Tank. I think that makes some sense. Okay, let's do this. Kill that off. Play the Chow. And now he can kill the Senjin, kill the Wolf, but the Chow lives. Of course, he has a 5-drop that he can play, so I'd say I'm actually pretty far behind here. Oh my god, Stormforged Axe. Well, I guess I'm still okay here. Basically, he still killed the Senjin, which he could have done anyway. He still kills the Wolf, which he could have done anyway. And now it's the same situation, because he shot this axe.
We must cleanse.
Are you for real? Oh my god, that's terrible. Man. These buffs. Alright, well, we'll do the Storm Pike move. That's a good top deck. He can, of course, Stormforge to kill this. But then he's got 4 cards. Yeah, I'd say he's actually quite solidly in the lead here. The thing is, I don't really have any demons. At some point, I'm just going to have to play this as a 3/4 for 4. Oh, and he's got a, you know, a great 5-mana play. Oh, boy. Well, Let's get this little babe down. Exorcist doesn't do anything, it just whiffs. Alright, we'll play the Panther. Hoping what happens is the tiger kills the... No, why would the tiger kill this? He'd use the axe to kill this. I'm hoping to get Mortal Coil to kill off the tiger, along with the help of the Panther.
For the crusade!
The Crusader's pretty good.
My shield.
Sandra Vargas is pretty good. He's got no death rattles for my Exorcist. Oh my gosh, this game was just one of those you get mauled sort of games. I did get the Mortal Coil, believe it or not, but it doesn't matter. Is there any reason to keep playing this? I guess there is. I mean, I could potentially clean all this up somehow. Antique Healbot. 5, 9, 11, 12. It's getting a little down there. Oh, the Divine Shield is such a pain. Terrain Life is just terrible. Alright. Sometimes it's the ugly plays you gotta make. I'm actually gonna use Mortal Coil and not gain a card, so I can Drain Life this thing away. Kill off that totem. Pass the turn, so now the Stormforged Axe kills the Panther. He's still up to me for 7. Can't kill this tiger anymore. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna turn into a win, but let's just fight it out for a few more turns. God, freaking Abusive Sergeant. Of all, and on the 1/1 totem, of course. Because if it hadn't been a 1/1 totem, he would have had to use his Leopard Gnome. Alright, he just has a bunch of crap. You know, Hellfire would have been nice, but I didn't see a Hellfire in my draft. So, this is very, very ugly. Siphon Soul? I mean, I got to. I didn't have anything else to play after Siphon Soul, so I figured I'd life tap. This would have been a nice thing to drop down. It's got 6, 7, 8, 9 if you count the Defender of Argus damage, so he needs 4 more damage to win. Still no death rattles for me. Oh, that'll do it actually. He needs to just drop a Defender of Argus right there. Oh, okay. I guess he has a different card that will let him win. Sea Giant. Oh my god, he missed lethal. Well, not that it matters. Not that it matters. Let's go out in style. Alright, that was a shitty game. So, nothing I could have done there. It was just completely hopeless. Well, okay, I could have mulliganed more. But after my mulligan decision, there's nothing I could have done. So yeah, maybe I should have just mulliganed. Then if I had gotten a Mortal Coil, I've got 2 in the deck. If I had gotten a Mortal Coil early on and I could have killed that Leopard Gnome and gone up a card, it would have been a very different story, because then there wouldn't have been anything to, you know, buff with the Shattered Tongue Cleric or the Abusive Sergeant, etc. Alright, so 2 and 1, but I'm feeling pretty good about this deck. The wins were very solid. I don't think that Shaman deck game means anything. Except for the fact that I lost to a Shaman. I swear to God, ever since I started dissing Shamans, I've lost to every goddamn one of them. Alright, we have another Senjin. I will keep it. Let's see. Let's just learn here if this is ever the right thing to do. See if it's fine. Because I got a 1-drop guy, you know, can life tap. It's a decent thing to do on turn 2. Warrior's likely to have a slow start, maybe more so than other classes. Ooh, is it worth it? You know what? I'm actually not going to coin out that Voidwalker. I think I got nothing else to do next turn except just play him. So, is you trading the coin to basically get a life tap next turn? I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's a good idea to trade a coin for a card. Because early on you have enough cards, but the coin could actually accelerate your board presence more, which is more important. Okay, he's got nothing. But maybe he had something he just didn't want to drop it in front of Zombie Chow. It did take him a bit of time there to do that armor up. Alright, next turn we will definitely be coining out Ascension. Ascensions have a pretty good success survival rate against warriors. Cobra's a decent card here. So maybe instead of coining out the Senjin, which makes no sense, we'll just use this very mediocre removal spell. You might say, boys, why not use the Mortal Coil alongside Zombie Chow? And the answer is I want to get rid of that bad removal card while it's in my hand. And I didn't want to lose board presence. Alright, so Cleave's not the most impressive card unless he's going to follow it up with a Whirlwind. Cruel Taskmaster. That's actually better than a Whirlwind because that allows him to kill off the bigger thing. Okay. So, got a couple of options here. I could run in Mortal Coil, coin in this engine. Or I could just ignore this and play Sen'jin. The problem is, if I ignore it, the Voidwalker will die anyway. So, well, hang on. I could play the Sen'jin, ignore this thing. Let's say coin Zombie Chow. He runs in, kills that. Problem is, next turn I want to play the Silverhand Knight, so if I use the coin this turn, I cannot Mortal Coil and Silverhand Knight the next turn. So why don't we just kill this thing right now? See what our options are. Zombie Chow life tap? No, we're going to coin into a Sen'jin. Let's get the board presence going here. So we have Sen'jin up, and then we can play the Silverhand Knight next turn. Of course, he had a slow start, so he's higher than average likelihood to have a decent turn 5 move. Arcanite Reaper, well, that is one of the things that will make a Sen'jin die to a warrior. It's a bit unfortunate. Luckily, we have a pretty good response to it. The Silverhand Knight, I mean, you can kill the Knight, but I still get a 2-2 out of it. The problem is that then I have a 2-2 facing up against whatever his turn 6 play is, and it could be a good play. I haven't really gotten any card advantage, although I can life tap freely. I don't have a hand with which to kind of grip the board here. Yeah, Armor Smith is pretty good to see on turn 6. Not upset about that. Annoyatron also not that impressive. Okay. No death rattles, though, unfortunately. So after this guy dies, it's going to be difficult to get past the Annoyatron. Oh my god. He actually hit me in the face instead of killing the Silverhand Knight. Oh my god. Excuse me. I'm not mocking this guy with my coughing. That's just a coincidence. Wow. Alright. That's exciting news. So, I'm actually willing to sacrifice Mortal Coil to not get a card in exchange for clearing off his board. So I can play the Void Watcher and have this threat ready to go. Man, I could have understood even holding onto the Arcanite Reaper, waiting for a better target, but just hitting me in the face made 0 sense there. So that was a gift at the 2-in-1 bracket. Griffin, you're whiffing on the correct plays to be making. Okay, so a 4-4 is a bit tricky for a warrior to kill, especially one who's just used his Arcanite Reaper. Maybe he did that because he has another Arcanite Reaper. That could be a reasonable. But no, that's not reasonable at all. He should have then just killed the Silverhand Knight. Okay. Anyway, I don't have my Siphon Soul here. I do have 2 of them in the deck. Didn't find one. So, got a couple of ways I could deal with this. I think we will life tap. See what we get. And now I can actually run in and then kill this thing. It'll stay at 2 health, which is a bit more fragile than I'd like. The alternative is not great, though. I could run both of these in and Soulfire, which isn't that great. Or both of these in and Dark Bomb, which still isn't that great. So yeah, why don't we do this? Kill it off. I could waste 1 point of healing and play the Anti-Kill Bot now. What's my alternative? Play these 2 things? Yeah, let's do that. The reason I like this move is it protects my Floating Watcher from his weapons. So we'd have to have a Lucky Cleaver and Execute to kill it right now. Or, of course, something for this and then something for this.
Your magic shall not.
Ah, that's twice now it's been silenced, but that's okay. I'm pretty happy with it being silenced because it's still a body. And this guy dies nicely to Dark Bomb, a very nice new card for Warlocks in the expansion. It was half of his mana to achieve not much. Alright, that thing is more of a nuisance, but it's okay, because that 2 power compared to the 3 power of Ascension really makes a difference sometimes. So we'll do this, this, this. Dark Bomb or Life Tap? That's just Dark Bomb. We can Life Tap later. And the Ogre's very difficult for warriors to kill, especially through a taunt. He doesn't have Execute, or he clearly would have used it on my Watcher. Alright, this is potentially good, but both of these cards would have to be able to charge. Okay, that one does charge. Kills off my Taunter, gives him a weapon. Okay, does he have anything else? He armors up before attacking with the weapon. These little things that tell you sometimes how good someone is. Or how bad. And then what's his last go? Oh, he doesn't matter. He doesn't have more mana. Okay, that is not a big deal. So Stormpike is a nice top deck. We'll shoot. Wait, hang on. Always draw cards first. Siphon Soul. Alright, nice to know. We'll shoot that. Kill that. Could I have killed him? Oh my god. 6, 10, 12. 16, 20, could have killed him. Could have killed him. But I didn't look for lethal. Yeah, 6, 10, 12, 14, 18. That would have been enough. Yeah, he was at 17. Silly me. Silly monkey. Alright, so he heals up for a net of 3 there. Got 10, 14. Which is actually enough to kill him, but of course he's going to kill my Stormpike. Yeah, I messed that up. Really could have just killed him the last turn. Now he gets like 2 more turns of life. It's unlikely he can actually come back and win from having 0 cards and me still being able to life tap and already being ahead on cards, but you know, it's important to play precisely. Goes for the face. You know, he actually could have probably won this game if he had just, you know, not gone for my face with that Arcanite Reaper. That was a stunning maneuver. Well played. Not really, I'm just being polite, but it's okay. People gotta learn, it's okay to not be good at the game. But I hope he did just learn from that game that he really should have killed my guy. My Silverhand Knight ended up, you know, being critical in the removal of a creature of his. Alright, so 3-1 with 2, I'd say, honest wins, 1 impossible loss, and then 1 sort of gift. I accept all gifts, though. There is no gift in Hearthstone that I won't accept. And let's see who our next opponent is. You know, I'm just thinking it's about time for a mage. Or I guess for Warlock, it's also about time for a Hunter. I've been pretty lucky not to have any of those opponents. And the luck continues. I got another Shaman. Piece of cake Shamans. Oh, Shamans. Practically impossible to lose to those guys. So let's just mulligan some stuff and get on with it. Don't want both Dark Bombs. I mean, it is a great early removal spell, but I want to increase my odds of getting creatures just in case he doesn't do anything but play totems. Get Soulfire, which, man, God, at 0 mana, it was like a decent card. Arena, you'd want one of them in your deck, you know, for burnout. Now that it costs 1 mana, it just feels unfair. Like, okay, I'm guaranteed going down a card, no matter how you use Soulfire. Unless you use it to kill 2 creatures at once by some weird contrivance. No matter how you do it, it's always, you're going down a card. And 4 damage for 1 mana? Whatever, I'd rather just pay 2 mana and get 3 damage. Like, I would always rather have a Dark Bomb than a Soulfire. Now you might say, well, Boris, what if they have a 4 mana minion, or a 4 toughness minion that you really want to kill? Barring specifics, on average, I would always rather have a Dark Bomb than a Soulfire, and I think that's bad. I think it's okay for one class to have a card that's worse than another card's class. Case in point, Dark Bomb is like strictly worse than Frostbolt. But I think that's okay because, you know, each class is different, and so what's balanced for one class might not be balanced for another. But for within a class, for 2 cards, to be like one of these is just clearly better than the other, that's a pretty bad design. I think a Blizzard, I'd try to do something cool with Soulfire. You know, a free, high damage burn with a downside. But then they failed. Because they realized it was too strong, and the nerf that they made it bad. Oh, there's a spark. Oh, I didn't like. Didn't catch. Come here, Sparky, Sparky, Sparky. Come here. I've actually seen these light up first once. With all the sparks flowing over them, you'd think that would happen more. I wish you could click and hold that grill open. Ooh, look, it happened, guys. So that blows up, and then the bombs always catch afterwards. Yeah, they always catch. No, you don't have to light the bombs. The bombs will catch after these rockets catch. What I'm trying to say is, you're slow! Make your move! Arathim. More like... Are you gonna take all day to make your move with him? Huh? Am I right? Come on, buddy. It's turn 2. You don't even have the coin. You can make a totem or make a creature. I guess maybe he's thinking like, do I play my Knife Juggler and have it die to the Infiltrator, or do I flip this and hope for the 1/1? Yeah, we've all been there. He got the 1/1. Oh, that's the second Shaman in a row who got lucky with that 1/1. Well, I'm not going to coin out this. That just seems stupid. I'm not going to run into that thing, so I'm going to life tap. Go up a card, but that sucks. Any other totem and I could have just killed it and had board advantage. Balls. This is a very, very good totem to get when you are up against someone who played a 2/1 on turn 1. Spike. Oh, this is getting very ugly very quickly. Jeez. Oh, thank goodness. That is just what I needed. So we can clear that off. And we can use Soulfire to kill that. Lost. You know, that's actually great. That's a great loss. Sure, it was on curve to be played next turn, but, I mean, it's just so bad in this deck that I don't mind losing that. I would have also not minded losing the Exorcist. This is a bad start, though. It's not as bad as the other Shaman, but this is annoying. He got that 1/1, then he had the Spider Tank. I'm doing okay on cards. I went down a card playing Soulfire, but I went up a card life tapping. But I have a very minimal board presence. Don't have the right cards. I would like Ascension here or something. Ogre's too far away. This thing is a waste, and it's really only 3 mana stat-wise, so that's not worth coining. I'm looking set right now to play the little Exorcist, which is pretty weak. Dune Maul Shaman. Wind Fury Overload. Oh, jeez. That's serious. Wish I had another Mortal Coil here. I don't, though. Don't think it makes any sense to look for one. So, what I'm going to do is this. Play the wolf, and I gotta think, do I actually accept a 2-for-1? Or do I hit him in the face? What's the point of hitting him in the face? That, like, gives me a chance for him to kill the wolf instead? Or, like, to hit me in the face and hit the wrong... Yeah, there's no point. I might as well just do this. I don't need the extra. So now, he's overloaded, which is good, so he's not gonna have a turn 5 play. And then I can coin into my Ogre and hope he doesn't have Hex. Shredder's a very good card. It does have a Death Rattle, so this would actually trade with the first iteration of it. Is that worth doing? Yeah, I think so. So life tap. That's an interesting potential, but I think we need to do this while we have the chance. Face. That's the turn. Coining into the Ogre would have been going a little bit too all in on him not having a Hex, in my view. A bit difficult for a Shaman to kill a 4/4. They don't want to really Hex that, but doesn't die to Lightning Bolt or Rock Biter. You can take your chances with the Crackle. Okay, he's got no weapons, or he wouldn't have played this. He's gonna silence that, making it just a regular old 2/3, which is actually quite a... Oh, it's a 3/3, thank goodness. But he can kill the wolf. Nah, that sucks. Now it's a 2/3 and it doesn't kill that. Well, all around, I'd say that was pretty well played. I could actually Panda this and remake it. That would be 5 more mana, and then I'd have 1 or 2 mana left. Not enough. Yeah, let's do this. Wait. If I do that, I have 3 mana left. That's a really awkward amount of mana left over. Balls. I could just life tap, I guess. Or I could just play the Ogre and ignore the fact that this thing's gonna die to the... Man, that was a really killer owl. God, that was a killer owl. Oh, man. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it like there ain't nothing doing it. What I'm going to do here is make a bit of a tech play. I'm going to just replace this 3/2 with my other 3/2, but I have this buff in hand. I think that was better than drawing a card, because I'm already doing fine on cards. My issue is the value out of my cards and getting board presence, which is where I'm struggling here. Wow, this guy's got some serious stuff. Oh, Forked Lightning. Wow, what the... Oh, Shamans. Goddamn Shamans. This is what I get. This is what I get for saying Shamans suck, is I lose terribly to Shamans. Oh my Christ. So let's heal up a little bit, kill that. Hopefully get something that's not very good. Well, it's not the greatest 4-drop, but it's not the worst either. Now he's got 7, 9 damage on the table, 4 cards. I'm actually behind on cards. How the hell am I losing so badly to Shamans? Oh, Jesus. Well, here's where... Little Exorcist would have actually been really good. There were like 3 things with Death Rattle at one point. Oh, man, I'm dead. You know, I don't even care. We're done. We're done. This is over. Moving on. So, both losses to this very promising and high-quality Warlock deck were to frickin' Shamans. It's just making me hate Shamans more and more, because... Definitely doesn't happen to me when I play Shaman that I just, like, you know, steamroll the opponent by playing random cards. The bitterness is flowing through me with a high concentration. My last request, though, is that when I lose in this run, that it be to a Shaman, so that we can have all 3 losses be to Shamans. This would mean then that anyone I play who isn't a shaman, I'm guaranteed to win. And I think that's a pretty fair deal. Because, you know, that would really show me, that would really shame me and humble me, put me in my place. So yeah, make my last loss be to a shaman. And then that means anyone who's not a shaman, I'm going to win. So we're beating this rogue. 100% guaranteed. I'm not going to keep that Shadow Bolt. It's a bad removal. I would have kept a Mortal Coil or a Dark Bomb, but not Shadow Bolt. Alright, this is a good start. So what do you play first, the Chow or the Infiltrator? I think I'm going to go for the Chow, actually, because this increases the potential of that thing dying before its death rattle can be relevant. And if she plays 2-3, I can run in Mortal Coil and play the Infiltrator, which is a pretty good move. Even if I didn't have the coil, I would have probably played this anyway in case she had like a 2-2 or something, or a 2-1 to play on her first turn. She's got nothing. Okay, that's fine. So we play this, smack her in the face, pass the turn. Next turn's looking alright. I can life tap and Mortal Coil. But after that, it's turn 4 is looking pretty bleak. Haven't really seen this Ventricle Mercenary a lot. It's pretty much not figured into this draft in any way. Oh, I saw a gleam in his eye. Can I get something out of there? No. Okay. Oh, there's a mushroom over here I can click on. Does this one fart like all the other ones? It does. Perfect. She seems not to be happy with her choices. Hopefully this is not a spider tank. Perdition's Blade. I see. Well, that is one way to get rid of a zombie chow. She does not lose any health in doing this. Now, I could attack her on the justification that this thing to be killed by Perdition's Blade is a waste. However, I don't see any reason to waste her weapon. Given that she might play something I could actually run this into. Now, with the Voidwalker, it may be tempting to attack, because the Voidwalker protects it. But I wanted to point out that if I hadn't had Voidwalker off the life tap, I wouldn't have attacked with this guy. Okay, so turn 4 is coming up. It's looking very, very bad, with 5/5/6 being in my cards. But if I can maybe use the Mortal Coil, I could draw something good, if I don't top deck it. Of course, what I get off the Mortal Coil, I'm sure, would be a 4-drop. And then I'd have 3 mana left over, which would suck. Alright, she's got something. Is it a Silence?
So many options.
It's a Sap. Well, she goes down a card for that. She goes up a card now for killing 2 minions with the Perdition's Blade, but that took her turn and didn't get her ahead on cards, so I'm pretty happy with it. Shattered Sun Cleric. Alright, I'll play that.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
So we have a 2/4 and a 3/2. She could now play a 5-drop. If it has got at least 5 health, say Ascension, can't quite kill it with the Cleric plus the Coil. If she doesn't play anything threatening, I could just drop the Knight, which would give me very nice board presence. And then I could play the Ogre after that. I don't want to rush into the Mercenary, because if she doesn't have an Assassinate to kill it, and she tries to race me, she could win. Of course, I'm in the lead on the board, so maybe I should just offer her the potential to race. Either use your removal on my 5-mana dude, so that my 6-mana dude can more likely live, or race me, and then I think I can win the race, even with my minions being more expensive. Because she's kind of behind here, and she seems not to have good answers to my stuff. Coin Perdition's Blade on turn 2 to kill a zombie chow is, like, definitely not the rogue's best way of getting rid of zombie chow. Alright, that's actually really good to see. I don't care about it very much. Let's see what I top deck before making any further calls. Train life? Okay. So I do have the option of Voidwalker and Mortal Coil, but why don't we just go big here. Kill this guy off. Smack her in the face. And now, I mean, she's got to use her Assassinate on this if she has it. Otherwise, it's going to 2-for-1 at best or kill her at worst.
I wonder.
Maybe something like a Sludge Belcher would be good, because I'd have to spend my whole turn running into it, killing it. And that would buy her some time. She doesn't have a Sludge Belcher, though. Death Lord. Interesting. Well, I will accept this. There are some really bad minions I could pull out of here. Like, really, really bad. And I've got a couple of good ones already in my hand. Oh, I would have loved to get Floating Watcher off of him. But Mortal Coil is a pretty good card to be holding here because I go up a card. I go up 2 cards, really. I get a card from the Mortal Coil and I get a minion from the Death Lord. It's a Panther. Not bad. That is altogether not bad. We will hit her in the face and think, do I want to play this Panda? I don't know what the point of that is. Just to put something back in my hand, there's no point. So we'll just life tap. Dark Bomb's nice to have. Okay, so she's got 6 cards to my 6 in hand and 3 on the board. She's behind on the board. Still facing down lethal. Not lethal, but a lot of damage from this Ventrico. Is it lethal? Hang on. 7, 9, 13, 16, 18. So not quite lethal. Not quite lethal. Little Exorcist, there's no death rattles among my minions. God, the more I play with Little Exorcist, the more I hate this card in Arena. Maybe it has a place in Constructed, but man, it's just so bad. Alright, so do I play the Engineer here? Sure. Let's play that.
I hope you like my
And then we have enough mana left over to Dark Bomb afterwards. Yeah, Little Exorcist and the Void Caller are definite weaknesses of this deck. Now, lethal is definitely being threatened. This Ventrico plus Drain Life will do the job. Must be very annoying to be the opponent, just feeling like, God, I lost to a freaking Ventrico Mercenary. What are you supposed to do about that? Well, it's unlucky for her that she just didn't have removal. She did use a sap on a Voidwalker, though, so I mean, if she'd saved that for a better target, she could have sapped this. Okay. Alright, so she gets to kill this and then die. That's something, I suppose. Blade Flurry. Oh my god, that actually clears the board. Hey, she's alive. Well, maybe I was speaking too soon because now she's got the board advantage, albeit a pretty small one. Okay. Well, I think Drain Lifing this is pretty logical. I have 5 mana left over. Let's do this. It spreads out my targets. I'm not threatening lethal with this, but I am way ahead on cards, life, and also on the board. Had I played this last turn, I would have had the kill for this engine this turn. Alright. Soulfire. Can't kill her. It would have been the kill if she hadn't had this taunter in the way. I guess what I'll do is life tap first, just to see what I get. Okay, we'll play the Ogre. Run.
If you insist.
Yeah, the right way is like this, this, and this. Lose my worst card, which is great. Well, I guess Zombie Chow's pretty bad too. So I'm not threatening lethal if the Silverhand Knight dies. She has only 3 cards though to find an answer to him. With them, it's 10 damage. If she kills this, it's a 6, and I don't have any more damage in my hand because I've used my Soulfire and Dark Bomb and Drain Life and stuff.
Engaging TC-130.
Okay, that's not going to do anything. That is not going to do anything. And that is also not going to do anything. So it's a very impressive comboing here, but doesn't really do anything. Well played.
Well played.
If I get a spell, I'm going to play it just to help further my quest. Not to be bad-mannered or anything. Like, if I were really bad-mannered, I would Shadow Bolt my own Ogre or something. I just want to improve my quest to cast 40 spells. And that'll do it. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and or subscribe. And if you want to see more of me winning against everyone who isn't a shaman and then only losing to shamans, stay tuned, because the rest of this run is going to be coming up soon. Take care, everybody.